We just make sure that they are not traced if they have it, because we don't know what is their background, what they went through.
And that's why we're so protective of our children and protective of their location. They could be in danger. Absolutely. Absolutely, they could be in danger.
Bethany Christian Services does not advertise this program or the school where Carlos teaches these kids. They are officially known as unaccompanied alien children, kids who made it across the border on their own, some fleeing danger, some in search of parents who reached the U.S. first. The federal government is spending more than $170 million this year to help them, many with the goal of becoming citizens, like Glendy Kostiel, who entered the U.S. illegally when she was 16.
It's hard, to leave home because you left all your family, but you get in a situation where you have to do it.
Our local congressman knew little or nothing about this program until Target Aid brought it to their attention.
I'm not okay on spending money to allow people to come here illegally so that they can become citizens.
I've got some serious questions that have run through my mind as to how exactly this program was put in place and why it's there.
For a decade, Bethany provided only foster homes for underage, undocumented immigrants like Glendy and her husband. But Bethany agreed to do even more beginning last year after Central American kids started pouring across the U.S. border in record numbers. Since 2003, more than 87,000 kids, and the number is exploding, expected to exceed 20,000 this year alone.
Coming from Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, and a few ones from Mexico.
And it's not cheap. The feds spent about $12,000 per kid last year. They get housing, food, clothes, education, counseling, medical, dental, and lawyers who help them gain citizenship for free. Bethany is getting nearly $690,000 a year in federal money for its work. There are people who read stories like this and their first comment is, why don't you just send these kids back to where they came from?
Right, yeah, there's a reason children are running.
Here's how it works. When the feds catch kids at the border, they turn them over to shelters. But when shelters in these border states are full, they fly them to Bethany's program in Grand Rapids. Last year, Bethany opened a small school in Kent County, hired 35 people, caseworkers, therapists, counselors, teachers.
They're just like my kids, they're just like your kids, they're just kids. And it's extraordinary work.
Every week, 2 or 3 new kids show up at Bethany. A total of more than 230 since it started last year. The younger kids stay with foster families, the older teens in a residential center. They don't stay long, about 50 days, until Bethany can find relatives or guardians for them in the United States. Then, for many, it's on to citizenship. Eric Moya and his wife were 16 and did not know each other when they fled. He from Honduras after his father went to prison for murdering his mother.
I hear a lot of people, coming here to the United States, and so I was thinking, maybe I should do the same thing, because there is no life for me here,
She from Guatemala and what she calls an abusive father.
I knew my father was gonna find me, so I decided to come here.
For him, a 1,600-mile, 6-week journey, jumping 10 trains, fearing gangs that would rob or kill him. For her, a 1,200-mile, 21-day trip on foot and by bus. At one point, forced into a car by a man who threatened to keep her until her smuggler paid him off.
It was kind of scary because, this old man was crazy.
They live with their U.S.-born daughter in a home they bought in Wyoming. Both have jobs at a bakery. Both were granted asylum, have green cards, and have applied to become U.S. citizens. What does it mean for you to be here in the U.S.?
Well, it's really, it's a gift, it's a beautiful life here.